Hello everybody and welcome back. I've done a few things between the last video and this one, so I wanted to level up a little bit. So I've gone around the whole area, killing off everyone I can. As it turns out, the enemies don't respawn, so you can only level up a certain amount. So I went online and looked to see if there was a way of making the enemies respawn, and I discovered that the perk points, completely unrelated, but the perk points you can get, you can't throughout the course of the story get anywhere near enough to have all the perk points, and that annoyed me. So I've cheated and I've given myself where is it? I've given myself all the perks, because you can only actually earn 15, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one tier and an extra one, and then all the rest you can't earn. And that just annoys the hell out of my OCD. So I've just given myself more, and I've given Pavati hers as well, as I don't know what the situation there is, if she'll get them all or not. Beyond that, I haven't done anything to cheat. I've just leveled myself up as far as it would allow me, which is level 7, which I've got by killing off enemies and by discovering everywhere. And I've just come back to Edgewater and discovered this guy that I missed the first time around. His name's Silas.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Yeah. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients.
So he is a grave digger, and apparently everybody here has to pay money to have their family stay in the graves. It's a rent situation. 5,122 bits. Utterly ridiculous, obviously. But yeah, this guy, Silas, wants me to go and track down 4 people who have not been paying their fees. So let's go do that. I don't know if I've got the right mission selected. Yeah, I figured out how to take the helmet off of Pavati and myself as well. It's just in the options menu. So the helmets are still on, you just don't see them. So if I look at Pavati, I can actually see her face again, which is good.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Speaking of, we'll come to that in a second.
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
In all fairness, it is kind of a sensible policy if you haven't got enough medicine to go around.
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Yeah, I already met him.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
I thought you said you were doing well for yourself. Yeah, there we go.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quota.
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here. Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters. Traitors, the lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you? Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work.
That's exactly what's
So
wrong
I did the
with
right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Maybe you should go there.
They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
I'm not sure it is.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story? What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. You're one of those freelancers, then? Running about Halcyon, selling off your loyalties to the highest bidder? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning. Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
almost lost a finger.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
Even the police cost money. Oh dear.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, or any felicitous relationship with a wanted criminal. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the board will reward you. I am obliged to remind you that questioning the veracity of the board's orders is a punishable offense. Consider this your last warning. Wells has been wanted for as long as the board decides he has been wanted. This decision will be made in accordance with Wells's behavior upon arrest. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority.
Not a chance.
I represent Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which is itself a member of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Also, I specialize in processing fingerprints, so unless you're carrying Wells's finger on you, there's not a lot I can do for you. Something to report? Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Conspiracy to commit conspiracy. Oh dear. It's actually done.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
At least you got your health.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Oh, sweet merciful law! A marauder's in my domicile! There a reason you're running around outfitted like one of those monsters? Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable. She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man? There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
What? That's backwards.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
It's alright, I already killed them all.
So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac.
Yep, I thought that.
Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law-breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
You haven't actually answered my question about what you're
That's all I can ask of you.
Well, That's a decision for later, I guess. I already talked to you. Oh, another one's outside. Get it. Don't help anyone else, we're all in this together. Yeah, alright.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes, or right away, or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees, and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Fair play.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Okay, no.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives. Somebody's been spinning a tale about a lost colony ship. Talk like that'll get you reported real quick. I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Let the dead sleep.
Oh. whole system is a great way to have everyone not bother reporting dead bodies. So it's going to cost them money. Potentially ruining them. Oh, this really is a proper full-blown dystopia, isn't it? Is that a mine? Sure, it's like a mine to me. Really? I could have sworn I'd already discovered this place, but okay. Thought it'd been everywhere, but apparently not. Oh, we're back to you again. Maybe you can give me some extra hints.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. He's getting bought on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. Well, that's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
You're not the nicest bloke, are you?
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Why not?
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
A nutjob is what you are.
Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars. Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race.
By who?
They've been programmed to replace us.
Oh.
First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Yeah, why not?
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Well, okay then.
Don't mess with
He knew that drone was there. Why didn't he kill the drone himself? That job.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold mechanical hearts.
Sure, why not?
Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
I'm curious.
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2. You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Go right ahead. Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor. You have got the wrong idea about me. I've got nothing that needs hiding. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry. Survival of the fittest. It ain't just the law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work. Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded. Music to my ears.
Enough for it, though. Pants. It's a ridiculous amount of ammo, so let's sell some of that. Sell you that pristine weapon. Yeah, see, I'm assuming the background on it means that it's a special weapon. Which is why I bought it. I wonder if that would have been there if I had not already done this mission. I actually have to go back to it. Right, obviously there was something else I needed to do in here, wasn't there? Search your own comrade shop. Oh, really? Really, Phyllis and Conrad. pay then, can't you?
What can I do for you?
Let's do this first.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer. Brochures 1 through 5. Courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
So you are not qualified. Anyway.
You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
That might explain a few things with the other guy.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Okay.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything.
It was me thinking that was over.
You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah?
I love that your companions don't care that you're stealing stuff.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse.
Darn.
You're going to have to find an intact model somehow.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer. Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits. Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. Didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Where's that special weapon gone? Oh, let's make this as good as it will let me. Be a very limited amount of bits I've got left. I can't modify it, probably because it's a special one. Only need repairing apparently. Barely. Oh, not wasting any money on it. Retrieve the logic module at the geothermal plant. Let's just fast travel there. That way, but I'm remembering wrong. It's the other side that's got the gap in the floor. This side has the gap in the fence. Flag items in your inventory is junk. I didn't realise that.
Mr. Thompson said to talk with Miss McDevitt before doing anything here?
Oh god, yeah, am I about to advance the main plot? I don't want to advance the main plot. Save game just in case.
Halt. Performing an area.
Look out! Everyone all right?
Well, I was hoping to be able to take something out of it without killing it, because that seems to be our objective, but this is logic module down there, so maybe it's a very specific thing we need to take it out of. What are you? Sprat. I wish you didn't have to use these things up each time. There's no way of knowing if it's even got something in it that I want. Interesting. I need a ridiculous amount to get in there. Huh, maybe the guy's got a point. Or is this him? It's him, isn't it? Dear. Right, that lets me in there. I want to get in here. 29 out of 45. What's that? Is it a lock picking skill or something? Yep. I need to raise that considerably to get in there. One of you increases lock. You increase lock pick. Does anything else increase lock pick? Not really. How about variety? So I've only got the one. That brings my lockpick skill to 39, which is still not enough. Well, I guess I'm coming back here later then. What other side missions have I got? If I manage to level up, I'll put all my stuff into that lockpicking skill. That's getting on my nerves, I'm turning it off. I discovered this thing earlier between videos, but I didn't know whether or not it would have any kind of negative effect turning these off. Ages away, so that one's fairly close. I think we're going the right way. You an enemy? My word, an enemy back. Right, so where is it? Lockpicks there. I've got a perk I can't use now. That's going to get annoying. I don't think this is helping me going this way. Must be here. remember seeing this place earlier. Okay, that's still not getting me close enough to that though. How on earth do I get to this guy? Right, to be clear. He's over there, he's by the Marauder hideout, but I've forgotten how I get to the Marauder hideout. Okay, well, you know what, let's come back to that now that I've got enough to get in there. Let's finish this off first. Is this exactly the right amount? Oh no, 5 more. Oh, I need another bypass shanty thingy, whatever they're called. Maybe I can find one lying around if I look around. Yeah. Mag pick is what I'm after. A mag pick somewhere. Hopefully. No, I don't want to pick locks. I need my mag picks. Okay, this isn't going well. I think this is part of the main mission, turning that off, so I'm going to leave that alone. Wow, you've landed everyone else in it, haven't you, love? Including yourself. And it led to the deaths of everybody here. Nice, we're going around the circles now. Getting a distinct impression I'm not going to find what I'm looking for in here. Odd. Interesting.
Sister.
Here they come! Nice work!
Okay, keep them quiet.
For a second I thought that was one. I got all excited for nothing there.
Processing.
Leveling this gun up was the best choice I've made so far.
Not real. You're not real.
This place is super confusing.
Not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom.
I'm not a phantom, I assure you. Don't know how you could see me from all the way down wherever the hell you are.
Get away!
Were you talking to someone else, perhaps? I'm a little worried about advancing the plot, which I'm trying not to do.
Real. Not real. You're not real.
No, I'll just talk to you, why not?
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
Yeah,
I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Which is what you still are.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Okay, I know someone just as crazy as you who is hating mechanicals. Maybe you could work together.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us with prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Nice.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
They also clearly make you insane.
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Okay. Still need to find things. It really does seem almost like Spacer's Choice have decided to wipe everyone here out. And and have therefore made all of the mechanicals. Ah, there it is. Therefore, made all of the mechanicals attack units. Forgotten how to get back up. Oh, right, now I have exactly what I need to get there.
Gosh, that's clever.
That's my logic module. Return to Ludwig. Let's put my good armor back on, so I don't need the lockpick skill anymore. Alright, nut job. Oops.
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble. And a little something to remember me by.
Alright, so you're done. Alright, let's get this guy as a companion then. That's a bit of a distance away, so let's just fast travel there. Let's travel to this place. So I'm now going to get the religious text for the weird vicar guy that we met in the first video.
Here they come!
I thought I killed everyone. They respawned. I didn't think there was a way to make them respawn. Maybe it's related to the missions then, like if you complete a mission, maybe they respawn then.
That's the last of them!
Lord. Okay, no, it's not the last of them, I can see more of them over there. Or maybe these guys have spawned specifically because I've selected my current mission. Maybe they're mission-specific enemies. funny, I think I might be a little bit overpowered now for this part of the game anyway. Here's some I killed earlier. Yeah, you're still alive. Oh, have I not been here? Apparently I've not been here. That might explain a few things. That's what I was trying to do.
That's the last of them. Fine. There's a model spaceship out of it. Whoop-de-doo. I'm hoping that shortly into the game there might be some good way of getting a lot of those mag picks. It's just another way. Right, so I found a clue as to where it is, but it's actually over there. I get it.
Yeah, I thought I'd explored literally everywhere, but clearly I was wrong. I wonder if I'm missing something in this area.
That was quick.
Ah, not one of these again. I hate these things. Ah! Especially because they teleport right next to me. They're also terrifying.
Everyone all right?
He just disintegrated. I feel like once I've completed this game I'm going to have to play it again as just a kill everybody run through. Just for a bit of fun. Oh, there might be something behind it. At the moment I'm obviously trying to play it as good guy-esque as I can.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Alright mate, you got the stupid thing you wanted.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers.
Learn some French.
I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Please, those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously.
Yes.
But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be a party member, aren't you? Okay, so it could be a beneficial arrangement with right up to
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
Hey.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Okay, sure.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied? It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think?
Yeah, you'll be handy, I guess.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Okay, sure. Presumably I don't have it. No, I don't have it yet. So if I go around this way, this one's closest. Oh, some stuff.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming.
What the hell?
She's jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
I believe I went through such effort trying to find new enemies to kill, not realising that you can actually make them respawn just by doing a mission. I knew this was going to be significant.
Here they come!
Are you alright? No, you seem to be. I've looted this area. I've still got lots of places marked. Why? There's 4 of them. Why did I think there were 3? Oh, I see. It is 3. It's just one of them's turning in. Which I'm guessing was that one. Yeah. Right. What a crisis. Doesn't like me going up there. Teleporting things. Yeah, sorry love, just stay away from me, because I'm... Oh no. After repeatedly getting beat up by primals, you no longer function well when they attack. No thanks. Even if it does give me... Okay, I understand now how you would get all your perk points then. Just gain a bunch of floors and accept them. But that would just make the game infinitely more difficult. That's an interesting mechanic though, I kind of like that. I swear something just went red on my horizon there. That would be really handy in this game is auto looting mod. Close enough to something you've killed and it just automatically loots it. That would be really nice. Oh, it's not even here, is it? It came in here for no reason. That's the bit that I was having trouble finding a minute ago. Come back to that one. What on earth are you? Are you a snake? Yep, you've fully restocked all of these. Oh, there's a lot of you. What have I got? Apparently so. So just Doc Maybell then. Huh, let's just fast travel there, that's easier, isn't it? Oh, I can't. That's a fast travel thing. Let's fast travel there. That gets me part way. It's really quite difficult to find the place. What about chicken counts as an enemy? Actually awards me experience as well. Just gained experience for smacking a chicken in the face. Right, let's follow this around and surely I will eventually find the entrance. Here it is, surely. No, that's where I just was. I'm so confused. been to this place multiple times and I keep forgetting how to get to it. I think you have to come out of this whole area and go around. Very lost. Ow! So I'm now back at the original. How do I get in? That's just that area again. Has to be an obvious way to get in that I'm just somehow missing. I'm kind of officially confused. How I can so spectacularly fail to find a place that I've already found twice is beyond me. Ah, here we go. It wasn't the place I thought it was, that's why I was getting confused.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatine. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatine. What's on your mind? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Also known as the Board.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
I must admit it bothers me that you don't already...
Welcome back.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it. Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Is there anything not leveled up to at least 20 yet? No.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't passed it.
Let the boss catch you, son.
So we're now stealing some medicine and deciding whether or not to give it to Mr. Hypochondriac or someone else. Jesus, love. Funny, she can really handle herself, can't she?
That's the last of them.
So you can get mag picks from containers. Ooh, I can buy mag picks. You know what, there's an awful lot of people dying around here. No wonder nobody wants to step outside of that silly little town. $10? That just took 10 to undo. That's ridiculous. Explore the whole place then. Quite.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
I know how you feel.
Which one to give it to? I feel like they're both going to have outcomes in the long run. I don't know what. Let's go with you.
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types. You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
Somebody's been running around talking about the Hope. Wonder if that's a new drug of some kind. You what? But why? I was dependent on you. Does it feel good? Robbing an old man of his last shred of hope? Betray a man in his final hours? Of course. I understand. Hell, I'd probably do the same to you, given the chance. So, you just here to watch me die, or what?
Oops. Somehow he didn't. Okay, so it's just the main quests now, so I'm going to bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching, and the next video will be part of the main quest. Bye!